Now, this issue of the Mbo Mangrove Island, the Fiat villages, that's your domain. You are from the oral extraction.
Exactly.
Are you aware of this very issue that I've just spoke with the mystery man?
Nothing there surprises me. I represented Bakassi in the Constituent Assembly of that's the Aniabulo Constituent Assembly.
Okay.
I was the elected representative.
80 something.
Yeah, 85. Of Bakassi. And I like to stretch that a bit. Bakassi had never been administered from anywhere outside the Oron domain. And Bakassi means even those parts which General Obasanjo ceded to
Cameroon.
the Cameroon. I think they said he had a little motive there. He wanted some Nobel peace.
Yeah, something.
But the point I'm trying to make is that you could not fight for Biafra from Cross River. They had no papers, they had no materials, they had never.
No, you mean Bakassi, not Biafra.
And Bakassi. Biafra is another name. Yes, Bakassi. And so they all went to The Hague. They went, I don't know which world court. They got some fancy Lagos lawyers. They went there and lost, and then came back to dash the thing to the Cameroon. Not a whimper. Abacha, I believe it was, just took Bakassi, gave it like a present to
Obasanjo.
No. So first, it was cut out of Cross River during during Bako.
Yeah, exactly. I remember Bako said he's an indigene of Bakassi.
Colonel Bako is the one, and I went with him to Bakassi, and he planted the school there.
That's right.
Planted the health center.
I remember.
So the point I'm trying to make, so we hurry along, is that when you start things fraudulently, you're bound to encounter headwinds ahead of you.
That's right.
That's where we are with Bakassi. The Cameroons had absolutely no claims to Bakassi, at least right from the First World War.
So we need to commend this mystery man for now, for what he has done.
Yeah.
He has struggled. He's been to my office after the town hall meeting we had, where I was shocked at the kind of things. I've seen maps. And I know that a number of persons in government, even those who should know things about that Mangrove Island and the fact that there's so much gas, oil and gas deposits there, they are not even interested.
Nigerians are not interested in public welfare.
But the money they'll get is what? How would they be able to loot if they don't even secure these things?
The point is they don't even know how to loot.
They don't.
Because if they were interested in looting, they would deepen the wells of looting. And you have people who are incredibly inept. They're inefficient, even in their lootings.
Total Chair.
Yes.
I said earlier before you came, I said instead of being weakened by what people see, which makes our people, quite good people, they say Nzimbege and we need to be provoked. These things provokes me. And it should. We need to let world know that don't be moved by what some fellows who have nothing to offer. If they have the courage, they don't have anything to offer, but they are bold. Why shouldn't we that know right from wrong?
Yes. Yeah, you know the problem. The problem is that somewhere along the line, thanks primarily, I believe, to the military intervention, those who had absolutely no reason moving within the corridors of decision-making have eventually found themselves and are holding the nation captive in a stranglehold.
Terrible.
So you can hear a man who knows what to do, obviously knows the routes to what to do, and he writes a letter, and I can give you my last farthing that letter never got to the governor. It didn't. There is absolutely no governor who will find read that type of letter and will not do something about it.
But it's terrible. There's some things we cannot put online. Because otherwise, like I would say that some of the things that I personally done, I send letters, I push some of them straight to the people concerned. They don't respond. So we may not be able to even blame those in that office that they don't allow letters to get to government.
Now let me give you.
It's terrible.
Now let me tell you another thing. In very small things, you know, capable people. MKO Abiola was launching that thing. He used to call it the Community Concord.
Yes.
You remember?
I remember.
Community Concord.
They had Concord and then Community Concord.
Yes. Every state had a Community Concord.
That's right.
So when he was coming to launch the Community Concord here in Cross River, the regular MC wasn't there, so I stepped. And we did that thing. I didn't know at the time. I just did it the way I do my things. And by about 2 o'clock, 2:30, we were through. So Abiola called me aside and said, "Look, young man, come. That was a very well organized launching." And he congratulated me on my dexterity, microphone, and all that. And then he said, "But you have put me in a big trouble." I said, "What, sir?" He said, "Everywhere I have gone to launch this thing, we never close before 6 p.m. And so when we came to Calabar, we were all in Calabar then. In fact, Namso Morin was the editor of the Community Concord. Remember?
Yes.
Namso, I think he died last year or 2 years ago.
About a couple of years ago.
Yes. Now, that he had asked his pilot to take the aircraft somewhere and come back by 5:30. So between now and 5:30, he doesn't even know where to go. He has nowhere to go. He thought he would leave this place and head to the airport and go away. So when we went, I took him to the metro at the time.
Yes.
With a couple of young people like us. Yeah, young people were all the rage at the time because we had some capacity. And then we got those things down. I don't know what has happened to young people with all the facilities they have. I mean, if we had iPhones and these...
No, even landline. We would have done one.
Even landline. we would have taken the earth and put in our pockets.
That's true.
So I don't really know. Maybe they have their own reasons because they are supposed to be smarter, better, and, by far more exposed than we are.
I have the privilege. God has taken me through the kind of travails that I asked myself. I said, is anything wrong with me? And when he spoke to me, I got inspired, and there's something called faith in my dictionary. What has happened is people want to belong. People don't like being singled out. People don't like Kamba or Macfiel. They tell you, so you ask questions, by asking questions, or like what did you do done right. So the intimidation part of it. But let's leave it there.